We're not the starters. We're not even the backups. This is the Third Stringers Podcast.
We are back with another episode of the Third Stringers Podcast. I'm your host, Noah Kratz. We got Paige, she's back. We got Justin, he's here. All three of us are here for the first time on the new streaming site of Riverside. We got a ton of stuff to talk about. There's so much that happened in sports this week. We got the NBA Finals updates. Chris Paul is gone off the Suns. They're rebuilding with Devin Booker and Kevin Durant. We got NBA draft talk. We got Armando Bacot calling out an 18-year-old. What else is new, right? North Carolina's in shambles. And we got final thoughts at the end. We just can't pack it all in. Let's go. First things first.
First things first. First things first.
First things first is we got to go with the NBA Finals. Nuggets up 2-1. First game in Miami, 109-94. It honestly didn't feel that close. The Nuggets it felt like they dominated the game. Jokic got another triple-double. Murray got a triple-double. Porter was, I think, 1 for 7, and they still won by 15. I mean, where do we start? It just felt like the Nuggets dominated the game.
Yeah, they definitely dominated. This is the first time, I believe, in history of the NBA. I could be wrong. Definitely in the playoffs, where two players have had 30-point triple-doubles in a game. Makes it even more impressive that Jokic got a 30-point and 21 rebound triple-double. So, it didn't feel great. The Nuggets are doing what they do, playing good team ball, and then they have, the two heads of the snake coming at you. And the Heat really needed some of their other guys to step up, and Gabe Vincent, Strauss, Duncan Robinson, kind of didn't show up. They had a few points here and there, 20 or 19 combined out of those three. You have to have one of those guys at least score 20 if you want to be close. So that was my takeaway. The Nuggets just, I've been saying it all season. They look like the better team. They're the best team in the NBA right now. So it's going to be hard for the Heat to come back and win this all.
Yeah, as you guys know, I still have the Heat winning. just because I have my bet, it's still rolling. We gotta keep strong. But do I still
ride
believe
with
it?
it.
I don't know. But I know I mentioned the Heat will win, probably 70, I would say like 60% of the time if Bam scores 20. He scored 22 last night, but he only shot 33% from the field.
Yikes.
Which is not going to get it done. He came out of the gates like super hot. He was making his hook shots, easy layups, and then I think it all collapsed after halftime. You still have Jimmy Butler missing layups, and he even said like there's no urgency. How is there no urgency in the finals when you're playing the best team in the NBA? And with you're not going to really stop Jokic, right? He's the best player in the NBA, arguably, right? But you have to stop Jamal Murray. You can't let him. I think he got 20 DHOs. You can't let him get that many dribble handoffs so easily. You have to stay on him. You have to force some pressure because once he gets in the mid range, he's gonna score. He has such a soft touch. Same with Jokic. You have to stop one of them. And for Jokic to get 21 rebounds, I think Bam only had, how much did he have?
Bam
He had 17, but as you mentioned, Strus and even Caleb Martin, he has to show up too. Where's he been? They kept on missing wide open 3-pointers when their guys need to make that. Kevin Love was bricking some of the times, in his limited minutes. Those guys have to step up, and if they lose this next game in Game 4, they're done. There's no way they can come back from 3-1.
Yeah, it just feels like the momentum has gone. It just feels like they're riding a lot of momentum throughout the playoffs. They weren't supposed to be there. Well, they're here now, and it feels like they've just fallen off. And I feel like it was bound to happen. Jimmy Butler has fallen off way more than I thought he would, though. It just feels like his leadership is gone. And, with a team like the Nuggets, any of them can step up and win the game for them. I don't know about that with the Heat. It just, their starting five, it feels like it's Butler that needs to go off, or, Gabe Vincent, or one of the 3-point shooters. I don't feel like Bam is the one that's going to, win them the game for them. He's a good secondary option. It just doesn't feel like he's going to win the game for them. And then you got, the Nuggets, how deep they are with their bench players, with Christian Braun scoring 15. Great player in college, didn't expect anything from him when he entered the NBA, and he's playing great minutes for the Nuggets right now.
Yeah. With Christian Brown, you can say it. I think it's pronounced both ways. I don't know.
Either way, yeah.
Yeah,
It's spelled Braun.
Yeah, it is like that, yeah. But he's been, a fun fact about him, he's kind of been a winner wherever he went. He won 3 state championships in high school.
Wow.
He won a national championship, and he'll probably win one with the Nuggets in his first year in the league. And he's just one of those guys that he's just such a good guy off the bench that can bring you that energy that will win you playoff games. And those guys are so underrated. I think he went he was the 21st pick in last year's draft. Out of the odds, not a lot of guys in late first round get minutes, let alone as a rookie in the NBA finals. But yeah, I think he's definitely been the breakout guy for either team. The Heat don't have that. I mean, Tyler Hero is still not cleared. And they could really use his offensive punch, but also he's a defensive liability. So I don't know how they're gonna get out of this one, to be honest.
Let's talk about Tyler Hero. All right. So there's speculation that, when he initially broke his hand, that if they made it to the finals, that he'd be playing. Just from how Spoelstra has been talking about it, he's still got swelling. He's practicing and he's playing at practice, but he's got swelling after he shoots. I don't know if they're just downplaying it because they really want to bring him back, which is what it kind of sounds like. Because after that initial report that, he's practicing and he's feeling great, there were 3 options. Either it was a smokescreen and they just wanted the Nuggets to plan for him, or it was that, he's not going to play and break up the rhythm, or he's going to come back, start right out of the gate, hopefully bring some offensive efficiency, or coming off the bench, in a dire time, they really need a bucket. They're going to bring him in. Yeah. That seemed the most likely. I don't know about that anymore. And that's what's sad, because I really wanted him to come back.
Yeah, I think that strategy of he may be is a good idea, just to take away some mental bandwidth from the coaches for the Nuggets. I don't think he'll play. I don't think he'll want to play, because let's say they do put him in for a bucket at the end and he does end up with the ball and he misses. Everyone's going to be like, why is he even there? And then he's going to get all the hate for it. Spoelstra's going to get the hate for it. So it's just better off not to put him back in, especially in a clutch moment like that. But kind of to go back a little bit to the degradation of the Heat a little bit and how they're kind of fizzling out, I would say. I think it all comes back to the conference finals. The Nuggets had 5 days of rest after sweeping, and the Heat had to battle it out through Game 7 against a good Celtics team. So I think that's what it's all coming down to. I think the Heat could make it more competitive and potentially prolong and maybe win the series, but because of they're just tired. Jimmy Butler looks tired. The team looks tired. I don't think they're gonna come back and win this.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys. Obviously, I love watching the finals, but I'm not what's the word? So thrilled to be watching every game, because Denver's such the obvious better team, right? And it's just no matter how the Heat come in crawl or scratch back, you just know in the end that Nuggets are probably gonna win. Yeah. Which doesn't really make it as fun as last series or last finals, but I predicted the Warriors were gonna win, but the Boston Celtics put up a fight, right? It was something new and everything. But yeah, I don't know what it is about these finals, but I'm everyone just knows the Nuggets are gonna win, but I still have a little bit of hope for the Heat.
They need Jimmy Butler to come back and
He needs to have a
make a
40
nice
point
run.
game. Yeah.
Yeah. He comes back with like a 40 or 50.
Then we're talking.
It's
Yeah.
it's a different game. It's a
Yeah.
different series.
Yeah.
True.
Honestly, I don't see the Heat winning another game. Sorry.
I truly
They
think
have to win next game.
if they win next game, I think it's going to 7. If they lose next game,
That's
then it's probably in 5. Yeah.
I just don't see them winning another game. I really don't. The Nuggets are just so much better. They're so much bigger. They don't shoot better, but they just right now it feels like they're playing better team ball.
Yeah, if they can contain Jamal Murray, they'll have a good chance. If they can limit him to maybe like 20 points, 4 assists, I mean, and Bam scores, he has a triple double, then, I mean, we're talking, but I don't know. It'd be interesting.
I love Jamal. I love his game. He just doesn't seem like a type of player that everyone can like rally behind and like, you know, get really involved with, like absolutely love. I love
Yeah.
him, to be honest with you, because his comeback from his ACL tear, coming back
hmm
from Bubble Murray talks, it's great. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like everyone's on his side. It feels like it's Joker.
But I will say, Jamal has this nasty, huge floor burn on his hand. This big. So,
Really.
yeah.
So who knows?
Yeah, look it up on Twitter. No, it's
I
bad.
missed
disgusting.
that.
Yeah,
that's
so,
maybe it
I
affects it.
mean,
Yeah.
food for thought. Food for thought. You never know.
Don't pick
Never
him
know.
over in points.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right, let's move on to Chris Paul. All right. Paige, let's get your thoughts on the Chris Paul on waiving him. All right.
Yeah, so, wait, I don't know. Did we talk about Frank Vogel? Did you guys talk about him last
We have
episode?
not.
Okay, so I was actually not expecting that hire, but I do really like it. Just because he's such a defensive-minded coach. And I think if DA does stay, I know this is a little off topic, but I'll get to Chris Paul. But DA, I think Vogel will hold him accountable. I don't think Monty did. Just because there were so many lingering issues and we're just like, well, you guys say stuff about each other, but you never address it. So it's just always there. And with Vogel's systems, he needs a big rim protector that has that intensity. DeAndre Ayton is not that player.
No.
Not at all. So I think DA will probably get traded. Maybe the Mavericks, or maybe they package him with Chris Paul and send them somewhere. But I told you guys, I love CP3, but his time is just done. I mean, he's 38. He still averaged 14, what is it, 14.9 on 44% shooting, which is not bad at all for his age, but he's a 19 points per game career player. And the reason for them wavering is that he's not worth $30 million, and they could use that space to getting more role players, replacing DeAndre Ayton, and that's why he's leaving. And Devin Booker was the main point guard for the Suns.
Absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
after he got hurt, Devin Booker played very well as a point
Yeah,
guard.
yeah, but we don't need him doing that. He's our star. We don't need him, doing, and he can. Don't get me wrong. We have Kevin Durant that can play off ball too. But yeah, I think And then I saw something that we could sign Chris Paul for less after wavering him. Didn't know we could do that, but that's a possibility. But I think my curveball, he could go to the Spurs.
Whoa.
Ooh. Okay.
Because I know Chris Paul wants to play for contender, right? But I don't know if any contending team would want to pick him up for what he
I think.
is. Maybe. I don't know. Here, I'll let you think of a team then, Todd. But with Chris Paul, he's always been a mentor and wanting to, mentor younger players and whatnot. And that's why he has his, AAU team. He just loves bringing up the next generation of players and teaching them what he's done over his career. And what better way to play with, the next big generational player in Victor Wembanyama. And the Spurs have over $40 million to spend in cap space, so they can get any free agent they want this summer. They could get Fred Fred Van, I can't even say his last
You're
name.
good.
Van They could get Draymond Green, Chris Middleton. Like, the list goes on and on. So, I mean, I say if they get, I don't know if I would get, like, Draymond. I don't think that would be, like, the person I would go for. Maybe Fred I would go for. I don't know. Or, I mean, you could even go with, like, Zach LaVine or, you never know. Bring DeMar back.
Whoa, that'd be crazy.
Bring Chris. And, like, that's a possibility. I also know he wants to probably reunite with Monty. They had a really special bond. He could go to the Pistons.
We don't want him.
No, we don't want him. We don't want him.
But I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
I think he's going to the Clippers. I think he's going to the Clippers
Whoa.
or the Lakers. He's going to LA.
He's not going to Lakers.
He's going to Lakers, or he's going to LA regardless. This feels like this feels, like he wants to play with like a contender. He wants to play with LeBron type of feel. LeBron doesn't really, want to fully commit to like a Kyrie type of situation. So next best thing is Chris Paul.
But what's Paul's
Go ahead.
like what would you sign him for? What's his worth?
Oh, vet minimum. I don't even think he cares. I don't even think he cares. I think he wants a ring. I think he wants a ring.
After making millions for so long, he just needs a ring and then he can retire.
Yeah, that's what he wants.
I feel like sometimes he's petty though.
Definitely.
He is.
He's going to try to get it. He's going to try and get as much money as he can. But if I'm in his position, and what I think he would be thinking if he's going to sign to another team is I'm
Warriors?
I'm only going to sign if I'm getting close to a championship. That would be crazy.
Oh my gosh.
He's a backup point guard.
I feel he looks so awkward in the Warriors jersey.
He would look weird.
It's the type of feel that like, I don't think he cares about money at this point. I think he just wants a ring, and he is willing to go anywhere that will give him a best chance to win a ring. Okay. Maybe Celtics. I don't hate that idea either. I just think that it's got to be somewhere where, it's like top 3 best chances to win right now.
Nuggets.
I mean, maybe, but
now I haven't even thought about where he might go. I just know that if he leaves, which it would be crazy if they re-signed him for less money. That would be a baller move for him to do, so they can have more money to spend on someone else.
And then they win.
That'd
be a Cinderella story.
That would be cool for him. That would be sweet. But I think Kratz is right. He's going to LA because I think the Lakers and the Clippers for the past 2 years, depending on if LeBron stays and what the Lakers turn out to be like this next year, they have always been the past 2-3 years in the top of the West when people talk about them. Mm-hmm. So I think he's going out there. I can't imagine he goes anywhere else unless he goes to the Suns again.
So, all right, let's talk about from the Suns' perspective. All right, just got a new owner. I feel like that's why they kind of made this move. That's why I think they're in win now mode because of the new owner. He wants a ring now. Was willing to trade everything for Kevin Durant.
I mean, you gotta for him, honestly.
I get it. I get it, right?
Yeah.
I get it, right? But which point guard gives you the best chance to win right now? And what's like what's the point guard that you see them signing or trading for? And I swear to God, if anyone says Dame,
it's not Dame.
No, he wants to go to Miami. Dame wants to go to Miami.
He does.
Yeah.
So I have one for you, Kratz. He's not your, traditional point guard, playmaker type. He's more of your, combo guard, strong, can get a bucket. Jaylen Brown.
I love it. I just don't think they have the assets to do it.
Chris Paul, DeAndre Ayton. See ya.
Oh, that's not enough for Jaylen Brown. No way.
So.
And our second round pick.
I'm looking at free agent point guards right now. Some top names that
are showing
I
would take Fred VanVleet.
Fred VanVleet's on there. Russell Westbrook.
Kyrie.
Chris Paul. Mike Conley. Derrick Rose. James Harden.
Harden's going to the Rockets. We know this.
For sure.
D'Angelo Russell. He's on there
Oh
as
my
well.
God, no. So here's my next question, right? Between all of those, is anyone a better fit for the way they play right now than Campaign?
Chris Paul.
I
Before
hate
Chris Paul got
campaign.
injured, they were doing fine. They were doing great.
That's what I don't understand about this whole situation, right? They had like 20 games
Yeah.
to prepare for this. And that's what I said all along going into the playoffs was that they just didn't have the chemistry yet. They weren't going to
Yeah.
win it this year. And then they just blew it up.
Yeah. I think if Chris Paul doesn't get injured, there's a chance they make it to the Western Conference Finals or wherever point they need to get to until they face the Nuggets. I don't know when.
See, I don't
Yeah.
think they were going to beat the Nuggets. I don't think they were
I
going to
don't
beat
think
the
they
Nuggets
were.
regardless.
I don't think they would either. But did they play them first round? Is that what I'm missing?
No,
Second,
no, Clippers.
second.
Yeah, Clippers first round.
Okay, and they lost to the Clippers, right?
They
No,
won.
They won.
they beat the
Okay.
Clippers.
They lost to the Nuggets in the semifinals. Second
I
straight year.
Yeah, that's tough. I
Back
think they could have put up a fight though. I think Chris Paul really helps out a team just in the planning of it, the preparation, the on floor calling of the game. I can't see anyone else joining the team that is either just as basketball heavy as basketball IQ as him, or is a great shooter that won't take the ball away from Devin Booker and Kevin Durant. Like if I'm the Suns, I want the ball in their hands, and Chris Paul's the best person to get it in their hands.
But also with Chris though, like he's lost kind of like a lot of people are talking about like his shot selection. I think that's declined like when he wants to shoot and when he thinks he shouldn't. And like he doesn't have that burst and like pop even from 2 years ago. Like he was a little bit bursty still, you know? So like it's hard for him to get to his spots.
Yeah.
And that just kind of I mean that happens with age, right? I mean, I still like him, but like I think we just need something new because I mean this is the third year that him and Book played together, right? And like I think he has a curse around him.
I think he has a curse too. But I
Low
mean,
key.
it's been 3 years and they made the finals once, and then
They're up 2-0 though. They're up 2-0. They should have won that
yeah,
finals.
probably.
Yeah. And like maybe I wish honestly like they probably should have waited maybe to waive Chris Paul and just see how he plays with Frank Vogel's system.
Yeah.
But, you know, but Matt Ishbia is not playing games though.
No,
So
he's
probably on his
changing.
way out.
Yeah, like
Like
that's
soon.
just the craziest part of it. Okay, like I understand you want to win now, but I don't think completely building a new team around Kevin Durant and Booker is the best idea.
Yeah, I agree. And if it is, Chris Paul's the best guy to get the ball in their hands, right? If you don't want Chris Paul shooting anymore, that's fine. He's the best facilitator probably in the league.
Yeah.
All right,
No.
all right.
So
What
many
do we get?
questions.
I think Campaign's your option. I think
Ugh.
he's your
Oh my
option. Make a
God.
trade. Make a trade with Aiton. Maybe go after like Miles Turner. Get your rim protector.
Yeah.
There's your answer.
Tyrese Halliburton, come on.
Oh yeah. Honestly, don't hate it, but no way.
No, they would not give him up, but that'd be so awesome if they did.
Well, we got a lot of teams rebuilding, and they're going to rebuild through the NBA draft. So let's move on to the NBA draft. All right. It's less than 2 weeks. Wait, 2 weeks
Yeah, like
away
2
today?
weeks.
2 weeks
I
away
don't know.
today? Yep.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy, right? Time flies. All right. We know who the top three picks are going to be. All right.
Do
I
we
want to
though?
hear. We know the top three picks.
I
We
don't
know that.
know.
I mean, if you got a bold prediction, let's hear it.
I
But
got a bold
that's what
Okay.
I'm going to ask you. That's what I'm going to ask you. I need biggest or boldest prediction and biggest snub or like biggest person who's going to fall off.
All right, I want to go
in the
first
draft.
because I have this
Yeah,
prepared.
go ahead.
All right, let's do it.
I think Brandon Miller's going second. I think in the third pick, it's going to be a crazy trade. Someone's going to go somewhere or something, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Damian Lillard might be involved. Who knows? Whoever gets the third pick is not going to pick Scoot Henderson. They're going to pick someone else. And then he's going to drop to sixth.
You're
There's no way. I'll tell you, I know some stuff, Justin. There's
Sixth.
no way.
Sixth.
No
six.
way.
The Pistons are going to pass
like-
on him because they don't need a guard. The fourth team is going to be
I
involved
don't
in
need
it.
a guard.
We don't need. We have Cade Cunningham. We have Jaden Ivey.
Oh, Cade doesn't need to play.
What?
So I think, okay, based on your simulation,
Yes, my theoretical ideas.
when you're in the top 8 or so picks, you have to take the best player available.
I disagree full-heartedly.
That's fine. No, that's fine. That's fine. I'm
You
just giving you my sense.
You know who did that? The Pistons with Darko.
Okay. Okay.
We got Monty.
The problem was he wasn't the best player available.
He was. Everyone was hyping him
wasn't.
up. Everyone was hyping him up.
Okay, so your top 3 is Victor Wembanyama, Brandon Miller, and then who would be your third?
However the trade plays out, whoever ends up with that pick won't need a guard, so they're not going to pick him.
So you're saying that the Trailblazers for sure trade the third pick, no matter who they're ending up.
No, just in this simulation.
Okay.
No, this is just an idea.
Okay. Because I have Scoot going second.
I think the Hornets are going to go for.
I think they're going for Brandon Miller too. To be honest with you.
Everything I'm hearing is saying they're going to do that, and by everything I'm hearing, I just mean Twitter. So.
Hey,
Well,
Twitter is
I'll
sometimes
tell
the
you
best source
this.
of information.
Brandon Miller has worked out for the Pacers, so they have the 7th. He's not going to drop that far, obviously.
He's not going to fall that far.
The Hornets, the Blazers. I think he might have one with the Magic coming up, so they have the 6th pick. Not sure why he's doing. I don't know. Maybe
Why not the
trade
Pistons?
whatever. Pistons don't like him apparently.
Okay.
Interesting.
I know a lot. I just like Scoot better than Brandon Miller. Not saying Brandon Miller can't, fit in with the Hornets. I think he for sure can. But Scoot is one of the best point guard prospects since Derrick Rose. He is a beast. He's 6'2", has a 7-foot wingspan. He's built like an action figure. Can run in transition, throw dunks on people, can make all these crazy passes. His shooting was a little bit rough. Last year I think he shot 17%, but this year he shot 33%, which is huge, especially doing that in the G League, which is essentially pro basketball. Brandon Miller, he struggled in the NCAA tournament. I think his rim finishing was also a big question too, because he is 6'9" and can do all these things with the ball in his hands. But I don't know. I mean, you can't really go wrong with both of them. But if I was Charlotte, I think Scoot's a better leader than LaMelo.
See, that's the thing is they already have their point guard.
But Scoot can play off ball though.
Yeah, but he's gonna want the ball in his hand though. He's gonna want it in his hand. So, just from a leadership aspect, that's why there's so many leaders that are point guards. It's just that they're the distributors. It just feels like that's not the fit. They have LaMelo who can distribute the ball. Now they need their scorer.
But Scoot can play defense too.
He can, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Hornets don't. And Michael Jordan doesn't care about defense.
Michael Jordan just happened to be here.
God.
He's ready to get out of Charlotte.
Yes, he is.
But for the Pistons, I have Cam Whitmore or Taylor Hendricks. I love Taylor Hendricks.
None of these are fun.
Scoot.
Have you not watched Taylor Hendricks play?
It's just not a fun
We had an
pick,
interview
right?
with him.
There was just so much hype going into the lottery. Wembanyama to the Pistons.
Oh, yeah.
And then they fell out of the top 3, and then it's not fun anymore.
I don't know if you guys know a lot about the Thompson twins, but I think they might fall.
See, I think
The shot is
Amin.
ugly.
Yeah. So
Ugly.
Amin, his name's Amin, right? That's how you say it.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll fall. Maybe 5, but I don't think he'll fall farther than that. I think Osser, that's his name.
Asar,
Right?
yeah.
Asar, thank
yeah.
you. I think he
Same
will.
thing.
I think he will. But that's not my bold prediction.
What's your bold prediction?
My bold prediction is Amani will go in the first round. Borderline lottery pick. Okay?
Tell the world who Amani is.
What
Reason-
is this? is.
Reason why, okay? Reason why. This guy in high school was an outstanding prospect, okay? I
Yeah.
think someone's going to take a chance on him, and they're going to get wind that someone else is going to take him later in the first round, and they want the pick now. Maybe 20th pick. I would love to see him in Detroit again, with the second round pick. I don't think he'll make it there. But I think maybe the Warriors take a chance, maybe the Kings take a chance.
Whoa. That would be crazy.
Crazy, right?
I think his college performance wasn't up to the standard, but he is. I mean, when he was a senior, right? Everyone was saying, "Oh, he's top 20 pick," and then he kind of went, "Foo," and now here we are. So I mean, he still has that potential. I don't know. It would be very interesting to see him go early to mid first round. Paige does not like it.
No,
Hates it.
listen, I'm rooting for Amani. I'm rooting for him because Penny Hardaway wanted him to play the point guard position in Memphis. Amani Bates is not a point guard.
Neither is Victor, but he can play it.
Okay, Victor's generational. Amani is
I was
not.
gonna say, different player, but
they're very similar in style, though.
But okay, Amani also reclassified, so he is younger. He's only 19 right now.
That's the
He's
problem.
technically a sophomore.
That's
the problem. He should have stayed in his actual,
100%.
graduating class, right? And I think he probably should have just went to Michigan State all along and would have been with Tom Izzo. And then who knows, Kratz, he might have been a lottery pick last year, right? He could have been a one and done.
Yeah.
But, that's not what he is. I think he proved himself immensely this season with Eastern. But that's Eastern Michigan competition.
Yeah.
He's 6'9". Guess how much he weighs? What he weighed at the combine?
Oh my gosh,
175.
I think less than that, 160.
He's 170.
I'm close.
Brandon Ingram, right? He's still skinny, but he's put on at least 20 pounds muscle. You're gonna gain weight and muscle when you're in the NBA. He's not gonna go in the first round. Sorry. He might go early second, and that's his ceiling. I have him late second right now. I have him at 55, just because
to who?
I don't know who I have him. I don't
It's
know
a
who
bold
has
prediction.
55.
That's for
Oh,
sure.
54. I think it's the late. I don't know. Maybe one of your teams that you said. I would like the Lakers. I don't think they'll take him.
I don't think they will either. But
But I mean, he has the tough shot making ability. They wanted him to. He didn't really show a lot of playmaking. But that wasn't his role, right? His role was to score on Eastern.
Yeah.
Not saying he can't, but I hope he gets drafted. I think he will get drafted. I want the best for him just because his dad kind of screwed everything up for him.
Sure.
And so I'm rooting for him. So.
All right, let's go with biggest drop-offs. I'm going with Kobe Buffkin. Reason I say that, okay, is because he wasn't really talked about until late in the season, and I just don't think he's got that. He's not big enough. I think that people will, take other players over Buffkin. I think he falls either late first, late first, or early second.
Okay.
That's my biggest drop.
Paige, do you have a
You
big
can
drop?
go ahead, Justin. I do, but I'll let you go first.
My biggest drop was Scoot, but I don't really have.
Okay.
I mean, everyone else is kind of just. I don't know. The draft is 99% luck. You either know exactly who you're picking or you hope for the best. So I don't really have.
It also depends on circumstance.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, if you injury comes up, you get tossed in, you make a name for yourself, you go through the G League, you make a splash. You know what I mean? It's all about circumstance too.
So,
just like I think if Tatum went to the 76ers, I think he's a different player. A much different player. I just think he went into Boston in a good situation.
yeah, and half the draft is right upside, and people the NBA personnel loves a project they can work on with raw potential. That's when it comes down to it. You might know exactly what the ceiling is, or there might be a guy like Jokic that second round pick that's a franchise player. Like, but my
Dad
biggest
bod.
drop off is Gigi Jackson. I think he is going to drop late first round. That's where I have him right now because he's been canceling workouts. He's been interviewing awful, I've heard. He he can't make any shots in his workouts, I guess, and just looks super like lackadaisical. And like he was on a South Carolina team where like he had too much on his plate. And it's like, he reclassified too, which like with those like it's kind of like just take the extra year of high school, dude. Like you're gonna get drafted.
Yeah.
And like because at the beginning of the season he was like a top or a lottery pick, and like he's just been slowly going down because like when you like go back and watch all these guys, you're kind of like, oh, GG is awful at creating a shot for himself and like making these tough shots, and plus he can't pass. He can pass, but like the teammates and stuff like they can never catch his passes and it's like, oh, if he actually went to North Carolina, would it be a different story with like a structured system? And it's like, why are they making these decisions?
Yeah.
Which is odd, right? Because like, do they want to be
Jalen
like
Suggs.
that guy?
He's no Jalen Suggs passing the ball.
Yeah. He's not bad, but like, you know what I mean. But I think that he'll probably drop. I mean, he's still only 18, so.
It's true.
Yeah. A lot of stuff. But it'll be fun regardless. I hope the trade happens. That'd be crazy. With a third pick, Justin.
Trade up to 3. Trade up to 3.
If the third pick gets traded, right, and whatever team goes in there and they have an established point guard, Scoot's dropping the 6. Calling it now.
That'd be wild.
That's fair.
They'll
get a steal. They'll get a steal.
Exactly.
Orlando Magic. They have too many guards too. Oh God.
Yeah, but the Magic
they
suck.
Hey, they weren't bad.
No, I like the Magic.
Yeah.
I'm up on them.
They're fun. They're fun.
Their guards aren't great though.
I'm still rooting for him, but man, he had a rough year this year.
Oh my gosh, I loved him at Gonzaga.
Yeah.
His passing ability is crazy. I still remember watching that first game on Gonzaga that I watched that year. Watching him full court pass it between someone's legs was absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts.
I gotta go back and watch that. I don't know.
Yeah, or when he hit the game winner against UCLA.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, chills. I still get chills.
Chills.
All right, well, let's roll into college basketball then. And let's go with some Twitter fingers.
Twitter fingers.
I forgot that ends so fast. My bad. All right, so a UNC commit from high school, Simeon Wilker. Don't know how to say it. One of the two. He he decommitted and re-entered his name for commitments for college basketball. And Armando Bacot tweeted out, "Running from the grind." What a guy!
That's funny.
Okay?
That's funny.
What a guy! Probably one of the biggest stories on their run to the championship game, not this last year, but the year prior. And then, one of the biggest fall-offs, not making the NCAA tournament. Armando Bacot has a lot of balls to come out and say that. Just because it didn't feel like it kind of felt like he was running from the grind at middle of the year last year. So
Yeah.
Yeah, why you say anything, I guess, is really there could be 100 different reasons why he didn't want to go there. And just to say that, it's like, okay. I mean, Bacot's in his 5th season now because he had the COVID eligibility. What has he really done? I don't know. Like, why is he the one calling someone out? What is dumb thing? Hey, it's free world. Twitter's a wild west of things you can say. So I guess that's not too bad of what he could have said.
it gives us free content.
Exactly. Oh my God.
I mean, who knows? Maybe Armando was recruiting Simeon in the first place, and he kind of just like did that up in the air. Like, I'd be pissed too. I'd be like, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah.
And he stayed too because he's getting so much NIL money, which I get, and maybe like he like set up a deal. Who knows? But since he decommitted, he's from New Jersey area. He has an offer from UConn. I bet he goes there.
Yeah.
There's no way.
It could be
That'd
any.
be
no.
it'd be a big signing for them.
That would
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice
Should we
steal.
talk about
Nice steal
Zion?
from UNC.
be.
Yeah.
We don't have to talk about Zion.
Zion, stop getting exposed on Snapchat. There you go.
Poor guy. Poor guy.
That we'll talk about that in a different episode in the fall of that draft class because holy crap.
Oh my gosh.
That's a whole episode in itself.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. We got Ja. We got Zion. We got RJ Barrett.
Oh God. RJ's likes. Jeez.
Gotta love it. All right, let's just roll into final thoughts. This is gonna be a new segment that we have at the end of every episode. Just something quick that we want to talk about. I'll go first. PGA Tour, LIV Golf, big merge there. Kind of screwed the PGA Tour players that didn't go to LIV Golf because they wanted the genuine game, the traditional game. But they got screwed.
I agree, and I feel really bad for them. Paige, you want to go second?
I mean, I kind of talked about mine like throughout the episode.
Zion.
Like like the Chris Paul to the Spurs. Was like
okay.
Like his whole situation. But,
that would be a cool place for them to go. And if for some reason they made it to the finals, that would be a great story.
Oh my God. There's no way. There's no way. I'd be might as well just put money on it.
Wembanyama would be the greatest player of all time first year.
Tim Duncan won in his first year.
Yeah, he had a way better team coming into, but yeah.
Oh God.
Okay, for my final thoughts, Messi to Miami, enter Miami. It's International Day Miami, whatever. Yeah. With that happening, I think we were talking about this earlier a little bit. MLS and soccer in general will jump to the fourth most watched sport in the United States, and I think it's gonna greatly increase the amount of attention, money, player investment, everything into the sport. I think it's going to be huge in the next 5-10 years.
Sure. With their Instagram account, I did see. So they had 1.4 million followers before Messi came. They gained 3 million followers in one day. That's crazy.
Nuts.
Insane.
I saw their ticket prices before, and it was like 100, I think, and now it's like 500. So, holy crap.
That's insane.
I'm not going
the
to
money
see
that
him.
he turned down, the money they turned down from Saudi Arabia, 3 years, $1.36 billion.
Yeah, but now he gets I forgot what it was, like cheaper price on owning a club or something. And if the league takes off like the way I think a lot of people will, or a lot of people think it will, he's going to make a lot of money on the back end of that.
Yeah,
I agree. There was a couple things like compensation wise, like he has a share of
shares,
Apple.
right?
Yep.
And like Adidas sales or something. Like that's huge. He has a share of Adidas sales.
That is crazy.
Yeah, that is huge, and that's a crazy compensation package. But yes, I think you're right. I think what the MLS needs to do is start enticing. They need to spend some money. They need to entice some of the bigger stars to come over to the MLS before the end of their careers.
Yep.
Messi's still good, which is the benefit of this whole thing. It's not, at the end of his career where, he's playing like 10 minutes a game.
Yeah.
Kind of like how David Beckham was at the end of his career, Landon Donovan, things like that. So the benefit of him still being able to play a lot of minutes and be able to go out onto the field and, bring a huge crowd really benefits the MLS. They need to start spending some money now.
Yeah, they got to capitalize off this.
Yep.
Because
huge news.
Like, where can you watch them?
MLS?
No idea.
I think ESPN Plus. I think ESPN Plus.
And you have to pay for that. So that's gonna already incite people not to do that. Unless it's they should do something with YouTube TV. Or make that, I don't know. I mean, if you have Messi, you can kind of do what you want. People are gonna spend money to watch him play. So
Yep.
He kind of
I
has the
probably
power
won't.
of the MLS. Same,
Yep.
but like
Absolutely.
other people.
Yes.
All right. That's all we got for you this week. Next week we'll wrap up the NBA Finals.
Potentially, I think.
Maybe. Maybe.
Depends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, potentially, yeah.
I can't remember when's Game 7. That
No.
Saturday?
Yeah, I think
I
so.
think it'd be that next Saturday. So yeah, we might be talking about the Heat making a huge comeback. I don't know.
Yes.
But we'll talk more NBA draft stuff. I'm sure there's going to be some NFL and NBA news. We'll wrap it up next week. All right, guys. See ya.
See ya.